So I don't know if many people heard, but Drake actually filed a lawsuit last week against UMG, and this is the Breakfast Club breaking down the lawsuit. And I blame Drake for being mad. I know not one song he had against Kendrick. And let's not forget, he beefed with Meek Mills, Kanye West, P. Diddy, 85. I know you're a
Pusha
lover of
T.
hip hop. What's your
Pusha T
thoughts
was the best
on
one.
this?
Wait,
Right.
Oh man. First off, I want to give a shout out to the Breakfast Club. It seemed like they waking up. I seen that episode. He did say some positive things, but Milk Dudhead,
I'm sure he
Charlemagne
said the
is
horrible things, and he could
yeah.
have
He said a
possibly
whole lot of
corrected. That's
horrible
okay.
things.
That's okay.
But Milk Dudhead, I call Charlemagne Milk Dudhead because he always, got something to say about black and white and all that. So I'm gonna just leave that part alone. But let's think about this really quick, guys. This lawsuit has nothing to do with what the media is saying. It has everything to do with Drake doesn't want this song to be performed at the Super Bowl. However you guys want to slice the pie, that's what this is about.
I think it's deeper than that.
It could be deeper than that, but
I'm gonna tell you when you get done.
That lawsuit should have been in the makings the second or third week of the song dropping, if that was the case. You see what I'm saying? So for him to go at it now, he knows that the Super Bowl is the most watched game in history. Like, that's just what it is. People is watching in and they tuning in. And more people are going to tune in to see Kendrick perform that song. Drake doesn't want that song performed at the Super Bowl. That's my take on it.
Vulgar wise.
Can I ask you guys a question real quick?
Go ahead.
Do you know how J. Cole responded first and he made a diss track and then 2 days later he deleted it and then apologized? Do you think he did that because he knew where Kendrick was going to take it to the pedophilia stuff?
Yes, he knew. He got a. I'm a big. Off. Can I answer that? And I'm gonna let y'all go because I think I'm the biggest J. Cole fan on this panel. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I was at the concert when it happened. The Saturday before J. Cole performed, Schoolboy Q was there. If you look back, Schoolboy Q,
him.
J. Cole, all those guys were in the same class together back in the days.
Yes.
So when that happened, Kendrick had problems with Drake over the Control song. Drake was the only one that responded negative on the Control song. Kendrick went at everybody, but everybody showed him love except for Drake. This is after they made songs together. And from that day, Kendrick had a vengeance toward him. So most of the diss tracks that the world is hearing were already recorded prior to the battle. So when he tell you how many more I got in stock, he's saying I got 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. He telling you I got more for you. Schoolboy Q told Cole, yo, bro, this is deeper. This ain't just a battle. This is a personal vendetta. And he's gonna go at this dude with allegations. I think you should sit back.
Yep.
That's what that was.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, he was tipped off. Yep.
Yeah, he was tipped off. He didn't want that. J. Cole too laid back for that.
So I think it's two parts. I think it's the Super Bowl, like you said. And I also think that after this battle, Drake doesn't have the clout that he used to have, and he was advanced. That what was it, like 400 million?
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to find some way up out of this contract.
Because he don't think he's going to deliver. Because now,
yeah.
I mean, that song really hurt him. My 10-year-old even knows it.
He'll have to work for the rest of his life to pay that off.
Yeah, he's gonna be in debt for the rest of his life unless he bring down UMG and make them want to just let him, like, you know what? If we let you out of this, and that's what he's thinking. I'm gonna go further into this too. I did my research on this. I'm gonna go even further on why Drake is screwed over this. But yeah, I think that's what really happened. He's trying to get out of that advance he got, because they don't pay you by album. They give you advances so you can go do this and that. He probably spent a lot of that.
So Cash Money for life. I'm rocking with Drake and Weezy. J. Cole trash.
But you know what? You just bought out something else. He gotta pay Birdman too. So he might already gave him money. He's in debt.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the Super Bowl, it's embarrassing, but I think it's more about
like what's the deeper thing? You said you had more to say. What's the deeper thing?
The deeper thing is, do you know who UMG is owned by? I don't know. Like, yeah, if you go on the stocks and stuff, like it's the same thing Diddy's in trouble for about BlackRock.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So UMG is owned by Vanguard, which is another company that just buys up a bunch of businesses. They invest, and BlackRock and like Vanguard, they're worth trillions. I think it's like 20 something trillion they're worth. So now with him suing UMG, that's a hit towards Vanguard. And with them being at the top like that, these are the people who really run the country and run the world. And there's already videos of Drake, you know, kissing that 17-year-old, keeping in touch with 14-year-olds.
Kiss the 17-year-old?
Yeah, there's a video out there. He kissed her, and then he found out she was 17, and then still went at her.
He found out?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
Go ahead, Jay. Go.
I was going to say, Jake's loophole is kind of like, what he's using is that in Canada, that's legal. And that's like his like.
He sounds like Andrew Tate.
Did you see? Did you see what Trump just did to their prime minister? Do you think that matter if it's legal in Canada?
What's up?
Did you see what Trump just did to Canada's prime minister?
To Trudeau?
He's talking about making Canada a 51st state.
Oh, yeah, I made a video.
That happened here. If those charges come against Drake, he's coming to America.
Yeah, but he was joking.
That's not gonna happen.
I know. I'm just saying. It was intimidating.
Y'all wanna play around.
Who's gonna buy Greenland? Come on.
Yeah.
Talks.
Y'all know that case.
I know he's joking, but it's still intimidating to Canada.
Y'all know that case that rapper.
If America want Drake, they gonna get Drake.
That XXX.
That's what I'm saying.
What Slim? What we saying?
That rapper XXX Tentacion.
Oh yeah,
in Florida. That's starting to resurface, and the dude that's locked up is bringing up Drake's name now.
That's probably Vanguard right there.
I think he better worry about that.
That's probably Vanguard.
That happened in Florida, and my people on the streets, they brought up Drake's name. I will tell you.
I heard that
Great,
way
did you
back
hear that?
in 2016.
Yeah.
No.
That Great
He got more problems.
He's the new Diddy.
Because he was afraid of getting replaced.
Well,
him and Diddy about to go to court together.
Yeah, he got more problems in that lawsuit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You can't do that. He should have just took the loss.
Yeah.
These people, they can bring up something on you and it's gonna stick.
Do you think Diddy will make it to court or he'll end up like Epstein?
Nah, he gonna make it to court.
You think so?
I
agree with Jay.
They about to take him out back. They about to take Diddy out back and make an example out of him.
And say he's depressed. He's on suicide watch.
Yeah.
Nah, they gonna take Diddy out back and make an example out of him. That's what's about to happen. Epstein, we got to get him up out of here.
Go ahead, Nora.
If he got nothing to lose, he's gonna give up names.
But Diddy about to get that whip, and he about to get that whip in Town Square. That's what's about to happen with him.
I'm about to play this clip of Charleston White, what he thinks about Drake, because we're going to segue into the next part of our show. And let's hear what Charleston has to say, because it ties into what we're going to go into.
That man yelling. I forgot. You go weak ass yelling and crying. But he always had the Jews behind him. How he claiming it's unfair? He always had the Jews behind him. Homie, nigga, just enjoy the money, man. Let the little short Kendrick have his little. Come on, my nigga. All that money you got.
I do wonder what is that about? Like you just pride and ego. Don't take the loss.
Man, that's the yellow nigga. Money. Man, that's the yellow nigga that really can't play with his cousins. Yeah, that's the yellow with the white mama trying to come hang out in the Memphis project with his cousin and gotta stay on the port. Cause they know you can't go out there and play with them kids. Niggas say, kick back over here, Drake. Yeah. What is Aubrey? Whatever that nigga name is. That nigga name say he weak. Aubrey can't play with no Kendrick. Kendrick said, Kendrick been getting hit up. You heard that nigga story? That nigga grew up rough. Yeah, get your ass back on the porch, Aubrey. What's wrong with you? Them kids will eat you alive.
It's crazy because I'm picturing a child Drake with curly hair.
Man, handsome yelling Aubrey. And his name Aubrey?
Yeah, Aubrey. Yeah, Aubrey
man,
first.
They can't play with Leroy, Tyrone, Kendrick, Curtis, Jimmy, James. He can't. You can't even run the ball with them.
He said in the Memphis
You see
projects.
how, man, that's where daddy from. And your dad done run off and left you. So knowing daddy, 9 times out of 10, daddy out slanging dick, being a player. So you at grandmama house. Grandmama knows little Aubrey can't play with these Memphis babies.
Fresh from Canada. Yeah. That's, oh man. You make it, you paint a picture.
Man, I ain't let my biracial kid with that good hair play with them pole cuz. I kept them close. Hey, get over me, ho. I put my self-defense classes. Before I just let him loose with them pole cousins.
Yeah.
They
It's jokes. Ha ha ha. Hope I didn't offend anyone. But the reason why it's important to say is we're going to go into the topic of who is Black in America, because Aubrey is half Black, half Canadian, half Jewish. He brings up the fact that because he's part Jewish, that he thinks he's not going to sue, or he's suing for that reason. Gray, do you think this has any relevance?
I get what Charleston White is saying. He's saying the light skin complex in the Black community. I mean, I got cousins that's biracial. I got cousins that's Puerto Rican. So like, I don't think it really matters in that instance. But if he's trying to say that, you know, your typical stereotypical Black person is a little rougher around the edges, I can understand that. But I don't think that makes Drake less Black. I mean, his father's Black. His mother's Jewish. I mean, you could talk about somebody's upbringing, but as far as DNA, you know, he's Black.
So my question is the follow-up. I'm going to ask you guys, because I think all of you guys are foundationally Black guys. Am I correct? No one's parents from the islands or African or anything. Is Aubrey considered foundationally Black at this point? Because although he's Canadian, his father was foundationally Black American. Should he be an American citizen? Like, what's your thoughts on that? Because it all ties into immigration and all of that. Vulgar, I'll let you go next.
So yeah, I'm definitely Black and a few other things, but all American. I'm gonna say with Drake, my issue is I think it's more so acceptance, right? Like, I don't think Drake didn't really accept Black culture from the start. He did. He had to go see his dad in Memphis. That was his introduction. I don't know how many summers he spent in Memphis, or if it was a summer, or if it was a week, or week or two. I don't know that, but that's where my issue. I don't think he really accepted like the Black culture until it paid him.
But when did he accept it? Was it before or after Degrassi?
After, because there's footage of him like kind of talking dirty on hood type stuff, and yeah, I'll have to pull them up later. I wish I would have put it up now, but yeah, there's video of him saying, "I don't like that. I don't like this." As far as the Black culture and hood things, but then when it became profitable to go to Atlanta, that's what Kendrick was talking about in that song. You went to Atlanta, basically, what did he say, to colonize?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about. He didn't accept the Black culture in the beginning. It was only after it was profitable that he jumped on the bandwagon.
So he pulled a Kamala.
Yeah, exactly.
Jay, any thoughts on this?
Now Kamala kind of been with the hood game.
No, but just a comment. I've been listening to Drake as long as everybody else, and I never thought anything about him using the N-word until Kendrick said something about it, that he shouldn't use it. And now every time I hear a song he uses it, I cringe a little bit, because it does now seem out of place that Drake does it.
What makes it out of place? Because his mother's Jewish and he's half white, or what makes it out of place?
It just never, like, I never, and like until recently, like, I feel like, well, and then again too, you have to think, I'm sure Black culture is different in Canada than it is here. So what's considered, is he appropriating culture when he comes to America versus is he actually really, about that in Canada? I'm sure that's subjective, but it does seem that Drake does, he does seem, at least as far as his music, he does seem like he's playing a character. He does not seem like he's never seemed like all that genuine.
Yeah.
You know, and that's fine. A lot of artists, tons of artists do that, if not most of them. But it does seem disingenuous. I feel like that's what Kendrick's calling him out on, his disingenuousness.
I
Who,
actually was
Right.
I actually was rooting for Drake because I know he came into the game soft.
you thought he can battle a rapper from Compton, really?
Well, not so much that. So you know the situation with him and Diddy over the song 0 to 100. Apparently they had a confrontation where Diddy like punched him,
Slapped him. Yeah.
slapped him, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And after
At the
that,
Miami
Drake,
Club.
you seen Drake kind of get buff. I don't know if he started taking
Ozempic.
steroids or whatever, but
When everyone thought he got implants in Colombia or whatever.
yeah, but
he
he started getting in shape. He was boxing. I'm like, okay, I see that. You get knocked down, you go train. I was like, okay, he becoming a warrior. So I already knew Drake was soft, and there was a time, I'm not going to even go into that on air, but there was a time where I seen Drake in person. I actually have a family member.
No, you have to go into that on the air.
Yeah,
Well,
you don't have to leave that part out.
I just actually have a family member who has Grammys, a producer because
Okay,
of him. I won't
Come
go
on.
into yeah,
Okay.
but it
No,
was
no,
a
I
party.
respect
But
that. I
anyway,
respect that.
and the dude, he was just kind of a little soft. But I was rooting for him. Like, okay, some people they'll take the punch and still, still be soft. But I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna defend himself, become tough, and now he can rap about this stuff. But to do what he just did, suing, I can't get with. I don't care what the reason was. Just take your loss. If you're not gonna come back on wax, leave it alone.
Well, he has to sue because otherwise he's just admitting to basically, like, yeah, I'm a pedophile. He has to do something. Like, he has to just try. He has to lob it up there.
But you can't sue. Like now you're setting a new precedent in the rap game. So now all these new rappers gonna come in when their feelings hurt. They want to go sue. Oh, Drake did it. I can do it.
Great. As a
That should have
former
never been a thing. But go ahead.
I think it was Slim turn.
rapper person in the industry. Oh, sorry, Slim had walked away.
Yeah.
Slim, what's your thoughts on all of this? Is Drake considered foundationally black? Do you think Jay brought up good points tonight. Is it a gimmick? Is it really him? What's your thoughts?
Again, man, when it comes to this black and white thing, I never really stress it that way. And I always say we need to just stop talking about it. Let's keep it real. The only problem I have with Drake is that he doesn't write his music. It's my only problem with the brother. Other than that, he has rhythm. He's talented. I don't have a problem with him saying the N-word. It never really mattered. That's why I say Kendrick was very strategic when it comes to this battle, because he released all those allegations at this time where we are in our country, where black and white is a trigger to our emotions. So I don't have a problem with him using the N-word. I think he is black. He look black. He act black. He might be a soft black dude. That's a fact. He might be a yellow dude. That's fact. Everything Charleston said was funny, but it didn't really matter until Kendrick brought it up at a time like this. Out of all the years we listened to Drake saying the N-word, it didn't matter. You see what I'm saying? So he's the top rapper, like literally.
But
Kendrick was before we move on.
Go ahead.
I would have to just say, Drake has to look out for Jay Prince and Birdman. I mean, he signed to both of those guys, and like y'all said, he has family that probably has money. So it's basically like you gotta take the streets away from the rap, because we like, oh well, not a rapper's gonna do this. But then we see a rapper be a businessman and we call him soft and this and that. But it's like, is it the Jay-Z line? I'm not a business, I'm a businessman, whatever he said. Or is it you just have to be street all the time?
Booger, what you was gonna add? I'm sorry before I play the next clip.
Oh man, it slipped my mind. But no, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, well, Drake started that with when he came saying that Kendrick sound like what did he say? He sounded like he was trying to free the slaves.
Free the slaves, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, Drake kind of bought that on himself. So I don't even fault Kendrick for saying that. Like it's a war. You made a shot. He sent the bigger missile, and Kendrick's missile. It seemed like his missile stuck like everything.
I think Drake's comebacks was
not
funny,
like us
man.
as a certified banger. That's all.
But Drake don't bother. He don't bother me saying that. It's can we say that on here?
What or the N word?
Yeah.
Let's not. We're going to be having
Yeah,
no
let's not.
N words for the night. When I play it with my friends, let's stay away from there for a little bit.